Hey everybody, this is D Hunter bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to be looking at the Neca Back to the Future Biff Tannen action figure. Now these Back to the Future figures have been being found at Target and Walmart. I got mine from Neca's Amazon store. So let's check out the packaging here. As you can see, this is the sports almanac that future Biff brought back to the past Biff so he could get rich, and it worked. Gray's Almanac, 1950 to 2000, complete sporting statistics, going to give you all the stats and victories. This includes baseball, football, boxing, horse racing, and more. The top, you can see Back to the Future 2, Ultimate Biff Tannen, and he's going to double up very easily for Back to the Future 1 Biff Tannen. Basically, it's a 50s Biff. Back to the Future with a DeLorean. Same thing on the other side. At the bottom, there is a barcode, in case that helps anybody, as well as a bunch of credits. Then on the back, here's Biff in his jacket, looking to be all Mr. Tough Guy. And at the bottom, we've got some other figures. Marty McFly, Radiation Suit Marty McFly, Future Marty. We've got 50s Doc and 50s Biff. So with no further ado, let's open it up. But before we do that, this is one of Neca's ultimate action figures. It's in the window box packaging. You can hear the Velcro as you open it up. On the inside, here's Biff in front of the city. Then we got Biff in here with a bunch of various accessories, looking fantastic so far. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all of his accessories laid out. So this is Biff Tannen, played by Thomas Wilson. And this is the 1955 version. So his accessories include, he's got an invoice for his car repairs from the manure incident. He's got a flyer for the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. He's got 3 alternate hands, totaling 5 interchangeable hands. He's got 2 heads. He has the Gray's Sports Almanac, some Ooh La La magazines, and then a container to lock away his almanac. Now before we look at the accessories, let's check out the actual figure. So I'll tell you my first impression of this guy. He is a giant. He is huge. We'll talk about that a little more when we get to the height of this figure. So let's check him out. Biff, always supposed to be this sort of tough guy, bully his entire life. Got that hair. This is a 50s look. I like the jacket. He's got the white tee underneath. It looks really good. Jeans below that. Looks like double jointed elbows, single jointed knees, got some shoes. Liking what I'm seeing so far. The likeness is there. It is by far not perfect, but I can tell it's going for Biff. And then here's the figure broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories, and let's start off with his hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. Here he is with his 2 semi-open hands. I would not call these gripping hands, as they don't really look like they could hold anything unless it's rather large. Could probably use these hands if he's grabbing somebody. And then he's got this third right hand. Looks like it's kind of giving a thumbs up, although I don't remember Biff ever doing a thumbs up in the film. Looks like it might also be able to hold something. He can kind of hold his almanac with this hand. Maybe that's the purpose. It does make for a nice display pose. Now let's check out his heads. He's got 2 of them. The one on the left, kind of a regular expression, although his eyes is giving that look. And then the one on the right is angry, his mouth is open. And if you've seen the films, Biff gets angry a lot. Here's his first head. And here's his second head. Now let's check out his car's invoice from the manure incident. This thing actually has quite a bit of detail on it. At the top, it says Western Auto Stores, world's leading auto accessory stores. And then we've got a few different charges: body wash, car cleaning and detailing, manure removal, and a can of oil. It totals $302.57, and it's dated November 22nd, 1955. And then we've got the Enchantment Under the Sea flyer. It says Saturday Night Dance, Enchantment Under the Sea, Be There or Be Square. Now let's take a look at Gray's Sports Almanac from 1955 to 2000. Biff's collection of Ooh La La porno magazines, and this little safe container he keeps them in. Cool to have a little Gray's Almanac. That's a very nice accessory for this guy. Then we've got his magazines here, and I must confess, I don't think they were actually supposed to come out of the little safe. It looked like they were glued down. My glue came off, but I prefer it this way to be able to take them out. Be a nice little stack of magazines on a coffee table. Then we've got the container they go into, the safe. Like I said before, you can kind of see the glue down there. The magazine will go in there. The almanac will go in there. And this thing can open, it can shut its hinge. It's got a little sort of chain piece there that you can use to pull it open. Pretty nice accessory. I can find a ton of uses for this thing, that's for sure. So you take this crate or safety deposit box, go ahead and slide in the Ooh La La magazine, fits in there properly. Then take Gray's Almanac, put it on top. Shut said item, and there you go, secured away, hinged on the back, fake handles on either side. Great way to keep your future fortune safe. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out the height of this guy. From bottom to top, sitting at about 7.5 inches tall, which is going to translate to about 19 centimeters. So my first thoughts was that Biff was too big. Marty McFly here is 6.5 inches tall, and Biff is 7.5 inches tall. I found the actors, when looking it up, Michael J. Fox is 5 foot 4 inches, and Thomas Wilson is 6 foot 2 inches. There's a 10-inch difference in real life. 1 inch difference on a figure probably equates to close to a foot, so it's really not too bad. And frankly, Biff is supposed to be huge in the movie. I remember when Marty tripped him in the diner, Biff got up and Marty was just shocked how big he was. It was sort of a running joke in all the films, Biff being this huge bully, always getting his way through intimidation and violence. Now let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head here, his head can rotate from side to side, can look down about that far, up about that far, can tilt a little bit on either side, giving him a good amount of personality. Shoulders on a ball joint, they can go out a little bit more than 90 degrees, up, down, around, all that good stuff. No bicep cut. It does have double jointed elbows. I'm not super fond when Neca makes that separate sort of piece as the joint in there. It can go up at the top about that far, then at the bottom about that far in, and then it can rotate at both the top and at the bottom here. His wrists can rotate around, and it's going to be hinged as well. He's got a ball joint in his torso here. The soft goods jacket is not obstructing it too much. Can rotate around, can also go forward and back. Seems like he's got another ball joint down here. Can rotate around, go forward and back a little bit more. Pretty good range of motion in his torso here. Legs on ball joints, then go out about that far. They can swivel, not too much, but a little bit. Then go forward about that far, back, not too much. Single jointed knees, they can only go back about that far, and they have rotation. Then his feet here, then go up, then go back down, and they can tilt and rock a little bit. Here's Biff getting ready to punch out Marty until Marty comes up with a new trick. Now let's check him out compared with some other action figures, starting off with some other Back to the Future figures. Here he is with the entire Neca Back to the Future collection so far. We are aware that next we're going to be getting a 50s doc, and we know about a radiation suit doc coming. And I can only tell you I would love to see numerous versions of Marty, Biff, Doc, George, Lorraine, and Jennifer if possible. Now I collect a ton of different 6 and 7 inch action figure lines, and every once in a while you get some of those action figures that are just giants among the rest of your collection. Both this John Wick and Harvey Bullock from DST, Diamond Select Toys, fit that bill, and Biff is right up there with them. And Neca, this is why I love you. You've taken some of my favorite film franchises and put them into action figure form. RoboCop, Batman, Back to the Future, Terminator, Ninja Turtles. That's not even showing Alien and Predator figures. Just so much action figure goodness coming from Neca. Next, let's check him out compared with some other action figure lines from different various companies to see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Here he is with some more of his Neca brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from Neca Toys, all 7-inch scale. And here he is next to some DST or Diamond Select toys. Then with some McFarlane toys. And here he is next to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And here he is next to some Mezco 1/12 cloth soft goods action figures. Then next to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here next to some Mafex figures. Then next to some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And finally, here he is next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, I like this figure quite a bit. I must say his sculpt is excellent. I really like his clothing. I like his outfit. His face looks like the actor. Not perfect, but it's a pretty nice likeness if you ask me. Not super fond of the way the double jointed elbows were handled. Beyond that, the articulation is decent. Maybe you could use a little bit more bend in the knee and swivel the thigh. His accessories are also fantastic. The safety deposit box or crate, the almanac, the different flyers and invoice, all really good stuff. He has the right hands, some semi-open hands to hold somebody, and some fists to punch him with. The angry irregular head, everything is great for this Biff figure. Now I'm going to use this guy for Biff in my Back to the Future collection. Then he's going to double up as a civilian or background character, maybe even some muscle for a villain. If I were to rate this guy, I think I'd give him a 7.5 out of 10. He's probably my second favorite figure in the Back to the Future line after Marty, although I really like the radiation suit Marty as well. Really hope when this is all said and done, we can sit there and show 3 or 4 different versions of Biff next to each other. That would be great. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add it in the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate if you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.